Welcome back to another episode of Not Travis, John, Dad, and they'll be doing a truck talk.
Yeah, that was Joe's imitation of our intro, because we were in our truck with no guitar to play it. So we have a lot to talk about, but we wanted to go ahead and knock one out.
First of all, I want to say I hope y'all had a Merry Christmas.
And a Happy New Year.
And what do you want to start off with, Dad?
I guess we'll start with deer hunting's been a little slow.
Very slow.
Mississippi got a crazy warm front. I mean, it's going to be 77 today, 80 tomorrow. For the last 5 or 6 days, it's been in the 70s.
And we had to turn the air cold in the house to make it actually feel like Christmas.
Yeah, you had to kind of simulate some cold weather, but it's been really warm. Deer have kind of slowed up. I think me and Joe have gone several times and really just haven't had a lot. Maybe a spike or a doe or something random here.
4 point, maybe.
The only action we did have is me and my buddy Steven went out last Saturday, right?
Yeah, last Saturday.
It was actually the last morning. It was nice because it was like 36 degrees. So this will be a week from tomorrow. That morning was like 35, 36. And it's kind of a slow morning, but we had a doe come out, and he hasn't hunted much this year, and so we had a doe come out, and he laid her out right at 200 yards. We had the gun set for 350 because that's kind of where they walk. So he jumps out, gets on the gun, and I dial it down as quick as I can. He shoots and drops her. Excited. He's stoked. Hasn't killed a deer this year. He's only been hunting a few times, and we're congratulating, high-fiving, and all that stuff. And I reach up and I turn the gun back to 350 because, like I told him, normally if I see deer in this spot, one comes, a couple come. And so I wanted to be ready when another one pops out. Well, I'll be darned. 3 minutes after he shoots that doe, we're still pretty pumped, right? Because kind of the pressure's off. He's got meat in the freezer, and I feel good because I was hunting with him and took him to a spot. We actually saw deer, and then I go, Steven, that's a good deer. Get on the gun. And a nice buck had popped out, actually right where this doe popped out, and I should have known better. And I'm like, hey, get on the gun, shoot that deer. And he gets on the gun, and by the time I say shoot that deer, the gun's going off. And I watch it. I got it on video. He flew it high.
Just barely.
And the deer popped out probably 180 yards. And it's got limbs hanging from its horns.
Yeah, Dad showed me the video. Like it's not just limbs. It's like a mini tree.
He had been scraping, and he was on that doe's tail. But it was about 5 minutes after, and he hits high, and the deer takes off. And immediately, I'm just kind of sick because I realized I didn't take time to dial the gun back down. And I'm apologizing because it happened so fast. But the gun didn't get dialed down. He flew it high, dead. It would have been a perfect shot. I'm used to shooting a 300 Win Mag. There's no excuse, but I am used to shooting a 300 Win Mag with a 200-yard zero.
Excuses.
And you just don't have a lot of drop between 180 and 350 when you're zeroed like that. I start looking at the charts for the 6.5 PRC, and there's 16 and a half inches of drop from 180 to 350 yards. And if I calculate that based off kind of where the shot was, he just flew the top of the bag. It would have been an absolute...
When did you become a mathematician?
I don't know. I know bullet drop, but it would have been a perfect shot. And so that sucked. It was a nice, kind of heavy, tall, probably 7-point. I have him in velvet. He's real tall, and he just carries a lot of mass he's basically a tall 6-point with like a small brow tine, kind of not super wide, but really tall and carries a lot of thickness. And anyway, a few minutes later goes by, and we actually see that deer run at 375 yards.
Yeah, right before that little spike walks out.
Oh, yeah, we had another spike walk out.
And then that thing takes off.
That deer blew across the field we were on so fast. Even on slow-mo, I can barely see him. But that was about the only action we had. We were excited to get a doe on the ground. A little disappointed that I didn't get the gun dialed down and get that buck on the ground for him, which I think would have been his biggest buck to date.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I mean, Steven didn't start hunting until a few years ago. So anyway, I told him, I was like, deer hunting's peaks and valleys. You're high, and then you're low, and then you're high again. And so that was about the most action I had. I think I've been out once or twice without you and just haven't seen a whole lot. And then, the heat came and kind of scared him away. And then we ended up getting the big 9-point back on camera.
Yeah.
I thought somebody may have shot him by now, but that was nice to see. And then that kind of took us to Christmas Eve and Christmas.
But first, I want to shout out to somebody that commented on the Texas deer short that we posted. The person said, "Great whitetail, great one from the Hunter Call Wild?" And the dad told me that. I was like, "That is so true. It looks just
I guess
like
we could talk about that before Christmas. We actually posted a video of how to hang a deer on a gambrel. And
that video is nuts.
Yeah, I posted it on Instagram and just randomly. I haven't been doing a whole lot on YouTube, and then randomly posted it on YouTube, and the Jugger jumped up to 500,000 views.
Yeah,
which is pretty cool. And then I've been posting some other stuff on there. We've done some cooking stuff, and actually got a little traction. I mean, got some of them at 55,000 and 8,000 and 10,000, but that one video was like 560,000 views, which
yeah, and before that video came out, we had 5 subscribers.
Yeah, we weren't doing a whole lot on YouTube
We
except for the
have,
podcast.
We have either between 400 and 500 subscribers now.
It's like 460 something. It's almost 500. So, we actually, I think that's a sign we're going to be doing more on YouTube. Actually, because of that, went and put Joe's opening day weekend video. It's not a short. It's like 10 minutes long.
I just love the thumbnail.
Yep. But so post that. We're gonna be doing more there. If you're not on our YouTube, go check it out. It's Not Your Average Joe and Dad. It's in all of our links. But it's really cool to see some traction. There's good comments, bad comments, but they're all feedback, so it's fun. But it's interesting. I've never had anything going semi-viral, I guess you could say. And I know that's not viral on the grand scheme of things, but 500,000 views in a week is, for me, pretty impressive.
Yeah, me too.
So we've been doing more with that, and then that takes us to Christmas.
Yes, and then so yesterday was Christmas. We are filming this on a Wednesday.
No, today is Friday.
Friday,
the
really?
Day after Christmas. Yeah.
Huh.
Joe doesn't know the day of the week.
I don't. And so yesterday, the day before, we had my grandparents come over to spend the night, and so we had them set up a little nice air mattress, and they slept on that. And then next morning came, and we woke up. I had to go wake up Dad because he was going, and also I was doing a snoring noise in case of it eds it out again.
They don't need the play-by-play right Christmas morning. I know you just want to tell everybody what Santa brought you. Go ahead.
And then we wake up by getting my Pikachu onesie, and then we walk to the living room, and then I immediately see a Nintendo Switch 2.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, what? And so I loved the Nintendo Switch 2, and then I got one of those little soccer balls that like hover on the ground. It's not really a ball, but like.
We don't need the play-by-play of everything. Give me your top 5 items.
Top 5 items. First one is my How Ridiculous shirt.
Yep. Joe likes How Ridiculous YouTube channel.
Yes.
Out of Australia or New Zealand?
Australia. Okay. They do a lot of stuff in New Zealand though. Like they go off a dam. And then
by dam he means like a water dam that they throw balls and stuff off of.
And then my second one, what was my second one? My second one was my Joe Burrow card. Dad got me a PSA 10 Joe Burrow disco.
Yeah,
not for sale, so don't comment anything on the comments. Not for sale at all. And then my third favorite is my new glove that I got.
Oh yeah, you got a custom-made deer glove, a baseball glove. But tell us, it's called the Hunter.
The Hunter, really. And then
or the Deer Hunter is actually the name of the custom.
It's like orange and green. It's like deer hunting colors. And when Dad got it, he thought we were still going to be the Bucks. It doesn't matter though, because I love it. Yeah,
but it's actually got a deer, kind of a silhouette on the deer on the hand, and it's got a deer in mountains on the palm.
Yeah.
And it's Hunter orange and Hunter green and some brown.
Yeah, we have
really cool looking gloves. Kind of way to mesh the two loves of Joe's life right now.
We have a ball in the pocket right now, tied it up, and
it was steamed and broken in, but it does not feel like
steamed, hopefully. And then
we got 2 more.
My third is my lifestyle sweatpants and shirt. But no, my third is my Madden NFL 2026.
Okay.
And then my fourth one is my lifestyle sweatpants.
That's the
and
ice
shirt.
Cream brand.
Yeah.
For anybody that plays travel baseball, they know what the ice cream brand stuff is.
Yeah, and then what is my fifth one? My fifth one. Oh, what is it? Oh, come on, I forgot.
I can tell you what my favorite gift is.
What?
and it should be first for me. Joe got a airsoft CO2.
Oh, crap.
He got
That
a
is my second favorite.
Yeah, he got a Glock 19 CO2 airsoft
Yeah,
with a
so
target, and it's built just like an actual Glock. I pulled out my Glock 19, same weight, same features, same everything.
so that's my second. So everything else goes down one.
So that would be 5.
That'll be 5. Yeah.
Because we had a ball with that. We're sitting there shooting airsoft targets.
Yeah, we opened our window and just had a 1v1 who can shoot the little one.
So
And then it came with my grandparents also got me a target for it. It has 3 targets on it, 1 big, 1 medium, 1 small, and then once you knock down the 2 bigger ones, the little one resets them.
Yep. So I like it because like Joe wanted an airsoft gun, but this one actually is like a trainer for a real gun. So if you get used to running this, that's just more knowledge when it comes to actually running a real
it's really
pistol.
cool.
So that was fun. But yeah, you had a good Christmas. I think we all did. Ate way too much. I feel terrible.
You feel terrible.
I don't know. We all feel terrible.
I don't.
We don't normally eat all the sweets and all the stuff, and it's just got me going. Ugh. I'm wearing my new First Light Origin pants.
He keeps them snorting and snotting.
Yeah, it's bad. But I have them my Christmas present. My First Light Origin pants. They're nice.
I also have 2 of my Christmas presents on. My nanny, which is my other grandmother, gave me like a Bottomland hoodie, which I really love.
That's real nice.
And then I have a little shirt that what brand? What does that say?
Straight Up Southern with a dog on it.
And then on the back it has a really
got a big
cool
old deer.
buck and mountain stuff.
Oh, I did pick up my Texas deer. My mount.
Yeah. In the picture, that thing looks a little bit smaller, but in real life, I'm like,
it's large. It's 155 inches, 154 some change. I picked that up. I gotta wait for the mount to come in to get that mounted. Dropped off my mule deer finally. I had it caped out and everything. I just didn't take the time to mess with it. And that's about it on that front.
Oh, and there's 2 more things I want to say. Here's 2 gifts I gave Dad. I gave him a gun spatula. It's like
he made a that's right.
Yeah, there's like a gun on a spatula, and then the holes in the spatula are actually bullets, which is really cool. And then Christmas Eve, I gave him a present, and I made it out of air dry clay. It's like it's the 301 mag, which we named Thumper, and a bullet. And it took me forever to put that together because I originally started making it when Dad went to Texas, but the barrel kept breaking because it's made out of air dry clay, which is not strong. And so I finally used super glue, and then it finally worked.
Yeah, it's really nice. Thank you. I like them both. But yeah, we had a great Christmas, and now it's time to get back in the woods. So we got back in the woods this morning. It's the day after Christmas. We're recording this Friday morning, the 26th. It'll drop the same day, and it's going to be 77 today. I think it was 63 degrees at sunup, which is not really what I want to be in the woods in, especially on December 26th. But here we are.
And I want to say one more thing about my Nintendo Switch.
Okay, here we go.
My name on the Nintendo Switch 2 is JoJo Gun 67.
Of course it is. He's so proud of that.
But yes, I am.
JoJo Gun is what his pawpaw uses.
On his Xbox.
Who plays Xbox with his brothers religiously.
His name is JoJo Gun 58.
It's kind of funny. They're all in different states, and one's in Texas, one's in Tennessee, and my dad's in Mississippi. And what was it, 15 years ago? My 2 uncles have played Xbox since it came out, but probably 10 or 15 years ago.
I know Uncle Jamie's been playing the one game.
Pawpaw. I think my dad got one maybe 12 years ago, and they're like little kids, man. They link up multiple times a week, and they play.
Yeah, they
Xbox. What, Black Ops, or what are they playing now?
They play Wildlands.
Wildlands. Anyway, they're like little teenagers. They
play every Sunday night, Saturday night, and Friday night.
Yeah. So every week. It's kind of cool. It's a good way to keep up with your brothers, I guess. So.
And then one more thing about the Nintendo Switch.
That's it. I don't want to hear any more about it. I've heard enough.
You can take off the controllers of the Nintendo Switch 2, and you can play it from afar, and you can also use them as a mouse.
Oh my God! It's incredible. I'm glad you like it. All right, now get to this morning. Tell me about this morning.
So, we get here, do our routine.
Joe sleeps for 2 hours.
Yeah. And then I wake up, and then I'm putting this in kind of a smaller story because there ain't much to talk about until we get further to the end. So yeah, and then I wake up and I sit there for a few minutes and I talk to Dad, and then Dad's like, Joe, there's a deer. And then he's like, hold on, waiting, but I still get on the gun. And he's like, too small, don't shoot it. But then he's like, look at that patch on him. He had a little piebald patch on his stomach. And I was like, Dad, you gotta let me shoot that deer. So he was like, let him have it. And then he was still kind of like walking. He was like speed walking. And he popped out and then was going right back in. Right before he went in, I led the shot just a little and then I popped it. And then we sit there for about another hour. And then we get down. And
Well, hold on. So, yeah, I mean, this is like a little basket 6, I think. It wasn't anything big. We normally let it go, but Joe plays Hunter Call of the Wild and loves piebald stuff. And honestly, I've never seen a deer out here with any kind of alternative
albino
colors on
whatever.
its patch. And I know that it had a big old white spot on the side of its belly or side of its rib cage, actually. And I think there may have been a couple others, but I was like, it's been a slow year. Go ahead and shoot if it makes you happy. I mean, it's legal, so let's go ahead and shoot it.
Yeah.
And this kid shook more than I've ever seen him shake. Big deer, does, whatever. This little piebald 5-point or 6-point or whatever it was, he was shaking like a leaf on a tree, and he shot
Like
it.
in a hurricane.
And he was still shaking 5 minutes after he shot it. But I did let him know when he shot. I said, "What'd I tell you?"
What?
So Joe, I don't really like that shot.
I don't know.
The deer didn't react like
The deer?
the deer did not react like I wanted him to.
Yeah, he did not kick at all. And then we get down about an hour later. And then right as we get down, we look up. There's a deer at the back of the field.
Correct.
And then we sit there for a few minutes. Dad's looking through the gun. Nothing happens. And then we head to the deer. We keep walking on the left side of the field. And remember, this right here is probably only 10 to like 12 yards wide. So he didn't give me, there's not much time. And so we get down there about, he was around 80 to,
He wasn't far.
yeah, he was not far. And then Dad's like, there's blood, you hit him. And I'm like, yes. And then there's a little patch of blood. Like when I say patch, I mean a patch of speckles. Like not speckles, but like drops. And then I'm like, there's blood. And then there's blood. And there's blood. And then it kind of goes cold. And then a few minutes later, I'm like, oh, there's blood. And then we keep following the blood trail. And then we cross the road and we can't see anything. And then we finally are like, there's a little speckle.
Well, so the way this works is where you shot it, we track blood for a little bit, and then you have to cross like kind of a 4-wheeler path.
Yeah.
And it gets pretty open on the other side. So I was like, well, let's just walk over here and take a look. And so we walked around and we were taking a look and did not see anything. We covered a good bit of ground because normally you kind of get on like an open bottom, you can see things. Well, we walked a good ways and didn't see anything. So I was like, let's go back to the blood. And we get back, cross the 4-wheeler path, get on blood, and from there we're on a blood trail.
Yes, and then there's still little drops, but then eventually I'm like, Dad, there's a big spot of blood.
It ended up being a blood trail that you could follow
While you're walking.
Yeah, without bending over while you're walking.
Yeah, and then I'm like, blood.
I will say, when I looked at it initially, I told you I think it's a leg.
Yes.
Because it's super bright.
There's bubbles in it.
It wasn't, there's bubbles in one thing, but it wasn't like lung bubbles. It just looked like leg to me. Everything about it felt like leg, and maybe when the deer stopped, it had a little more in one patch or whatnot. But we tracked it,
and we walked a little ways. Then we came up on a little creek. It's like more of a ditch than a creek.
Yeah, and I'll give it to Joe. Joe was spotting most of the blood. I actually just got behind and kind of let him take the reins.
And right when we found where I shot the deer, I was like, just let me do my thing, okay? And so once we get in the creek, I look to my left, there's a little bit of blood, and then it just goes cold. Me and Dad walk around for 30 minutes?
So there was blood coming to the little creek, and then there was blood to the left and the right in the creek.
Yes.
But it was like down trees, kind of where the blood stopped to your left, and a pretty steep bank on that side.
Pretty steep is a little straight up.
Yeah. So we didn't really know where the deer left, and so
And
we got on the other side, and we did. We looked around for a while.
yeah, and then we finally started a grid.
We did. I wanted to walk the creek bank, and we walked as far as we kind of thought.
Me and Dad were probably 50 yards away.
Yeah, we were walking
And
in parallel to each other.
yeah, and we were walking, and then we were probably 500 yards from the creek, maybe.
We were 0.8 miles into a track, so we were just shy of a mile.
And there was like no signs of blood. And then I'm walking, I look down. I'm like, Dad, I've had blood.
But so the way anybody's tracked deer know this, we were 0.8 miles in walking.
Yes.
But the deer came in, made a bunch of kind of half moon circles. Like we ended up finding blood not far off the trail we walked in from, and we had walked in a 0.8 miles in a big old circle to get back to this point.
Yeah, like we could have looked behind us and we could have had another shot on this deer.
That's what it looked like. Yeah, I mean, he went from 80 yards in front of us to 200 yards behind us.
Yeah.
I guess, long story short, I don't want to go and wrap this up. Joe found blood from the deer 0.8 miles in. When I say blood, we're talking a drop, and it's
Like
it's really screaming leg hit to me. And then it's like a little bit, and then it's like another drop, and then a few more steps, and another drop. And we're actually getting to the corner of the property, and actually the trail we walk in on, and you can see for a good ways and all this. And I'm telling Joe, this deer maybe is a leg hit. This deer is not mortally wounded.
Mm-hmm.
And then after a certain time, the blood just really dried up, and we walked to the edge of the property, looked all around, never saw another sign of that deer.
Yeah, so we eventually headed back to the truck, and that's where we are now.
And it's one of those things, if I thought the deer was mortally wounded, I'd call the dogs. I'd call the neighbor that I think he ran onto. But everything I saw from this blood track looks just like a blood track that me and actually my buddy Steven had a couple years ago, where he hit one in the lower leg and I tracked it for a long ways, kind of like this, and ended up jumping it.
And that one, didn't he shoot a doe before that one too? He shot 2 in one?
No, I don't remember, baby. That was years ago. But I tracked it, cross creeks and all this, and ended up jumping it, and that deer was just fine. Had like a grazing leg wound and went on to live. So
yeah,
this felt the exact same to me. I'm not happy about it, but it's part of what we do.
Hopefully we'll get another chance at this deer.
Yep. So we wanted to get all this covered. We're in a truck talk now.
First thing, if you see that deer when you're alone, you are not allowed to shoot that.
I won't unless he is hurt enough to where he needs to be taken out.
Well, yeah, but
I don't think he is. I think that deer covered a lot of ground pretty quickly and just didn't bleed a whole lot. So, but we wanted to get all this down on a truck talk, get an episode out. Things I'm looking forward to is it's 80 degrees on Sunday.
I'm looking forward to turkey season.
78. Well, I've been looking forward to turkey season, but it's like 80 degrees tomorrow, 77 on Sunday or whatever. But then Monday, got a cold front moving in, and it's like 40 degrees.
Didn't you say that there's actually a chance of snow?
That's mid-January. But it's like low in the 20s again. And then I'm hoping that cold front kind of pushes some stuff in because I got a public land duck draw on Tuesday. I think me and Mr.
Since when do you do duck hunts anymore?
I put in for them every year. I just didn't draw any last year. Or maybe I drew one. I drew 2 this year.
Huh.
I got one Tuesday the 30th and one on January 21st. This one's in the Delta, but last I heard, there's not a lot of ducks down. But I'm hoping this cold front maybe pushes some ducks in. So I think me and Ben are gonna run up there Tuesday and go see if we can find any ducks.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be like 26 degrees.
Huh.
And then it's gonna be nice the rest of the week. And I'm really hoping that there's some deer that start moving with this cold. Because when I tell you it got hot, it went from cold to just hot, and it's staying hot. So
yeah.
Anyway,
and also I got Mario Kart World and Nintendo Switch too.
Nobody's worried about Nintendo Switch.
And also I can hook to the TV.
Yay. Nobody's worried about the Switch.
Oh, and I got a lava lamp for Christmas.
Yep. All right. I think that's about it. We don't really have anything else to cover. I think the big thing is if you listen to this and you don't go on our YouTube, check that out because we'll really be posting more there. I think we've got 55 videos up. A lot of that's including the podcast that auto uploads.
Yeah.
But I've been trying to put a short up, and I think we're going to put up some more longer videos and almost to 500 subscribers. So that's cool. That's really kind of the focus to get the YouTube flowing, get some of that to maybe help drive this podcast and get some more people to listen to it.
Yeah.
So it's been kind of fun to see that work. I told Joe, I want to know how it works. Like I randomly posted that video last Tuesday just because it was ready or it's just there. And I posted it as a short, not thinking anything of it. And the next thing I know, it's got over 500,000 views. I don't understand it. I'd like to understand it, but anyway, it's fun to watch. And all of Joe's videos too are also going up, so that's cool.
And I want to just say, if y'all, I would like for y'all to share this video, these videos to other people.
Take two. Try again.
I'd like for y'all to share these videos to other people that you think might like them.
Yeah, I mean, we'd appreciate it. We're just having fun with all this. I mean, it's literally all this is fun and documenting the stuff we're doing.
Yeah.
For later on in life, so we'll know and don't forget. But it's kind of cool when people look and watch and listen. So I think that's about it. We're just shy of 30 minutes. You got anything else that's not related to Nintendo Switch too?
No.
Okay, we'll tell them what they need to do.
Like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. But I do have a joke.
Oh Lord. Okay, we got a joke.
I mean, it's not that good.
You got a tip too? We forgot about that.
I'm not sure if I've done this one yet. I'm just gonna do it so y'all can have a tip in case y'all didn't listen to any other ones. In case if I did do it, make sure you lead the shot if the deer's walking or running.
Yeah, but that's. I don't really like that tip because realistically, you shouldn't be taking a walking or running shot. That's a poor shot choice, and you should take those shots. The deer today, you said you led, and I don't know why because he wasn't. You shouldn't lead. Ever since I shot a deer on the run in Montana, by necessity, you've been wanting to shoot a deer moving. I know what you're doing. But no, that's a poor shot choice. I didn't have a shot choice in Montana. But like today, that deer wasn't running. He was walking kinda. Right? So my tip is don't take a shot and don't lead the deer because that's a bad shot choice and we don't want to do that.
Okay, well take that.
My tip of the day is if you use your turret to dial for yardage, make sure you dial it down before you let your buddy shoot at a nice buck. That should be the tip. And
that's the tip of the week.
9 times out of 10, I do it I do it automatically. I don't even think about it. But the one time out of 10, I didn't do it, and it calls for a miss. So that's my tip of the day. Now for something more lighthearted, Joe's joke of the day.
What did the tree say to the other tree?
What?
Tree you later. See you later, tree you later.
Yeah, I get it. We're gonna have to buy you a joke book. These are getting progressively worse.
2 joke books.
These are progressively getting worse, not better. I'm gonna need you to put some work in and really bring the joy. I thought it would be like maybe a Christmas joke, something about Santa Claus, something about a reindeer. But you were like, hey, tree you later. So anyway, all right, I think that's all we got. Now tell them what to do.
Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell.
That's all we got. See y'all later.